Want to learn how to make your own custom Dollar Tree popcorn bucket labels using our template and mockup in Canva? Then keep on watching. Hey y'all, Victoria Cherie here with Pretty Party and Crafty, and we're going to jump right into how you can use our popcorn bucket label template and mockup in Canva. So when you get it from our website, shop.prettypartyandcrafty.com, you will receive a PDF file, and you'll just open the PDF file, and what you want to do is click on the link to access. So there are several links that you'll see. The first one is to access the template mockup, cut file, and print sheet. The second, it will link to our shop for our glossy vinyl sticker labels. And then finally, the video tutorial to make sure you know how to use it. So when you click this, it'll take you to the video that you're currently watching. We want to go ahead and access the template mockup and cut file. And you can do that just by clicking the link. Okay, so you'll just click to use the template. I'm going to click here to use it for a new design. So there's a couple of pages that's included, and I want to make sure that we go over each page. There are a total of 5 pages. So the first page, this is the template. Okay, where you see the red outline, that's going to represent where it's going to cut. Okay, so you will have some extra space, but you want to make sure that all the important details are within this red outline. Also, before you download it, you want to make sure that you turn the opacity down. So you would just click it, click where it says transparency, and bring that down because you do not want to print that. So again, before you download, after you've designed, but before you download, make sure you bring the transparency down. We don't want to delete it because we want to make sure that we're able to access it again. Also, the design in the center, this is an SVG, so you can edit the colors. So for example, right now it's red, black, and white. If you want, you can just click the color that you want to change. Maybe you don't want it to be red. Maybe you want it to be pink or a purplish color. Okay, the same thing with the black. We can change that color as well. All right, so that is our template. And once you're done designing, this is what you're going to download and re-upload to Canva. Okay, next, let's go ahead and look at pages 2 and 3 because these are our mockups. Okay, page 2, this is our front-facing mockup. Page 3, again, this is our second mockup. We have page 4. This is going to be your cut file. So if you're going to be cutting this with a Cricut or a Silhouette, you're going to save this as a PNG with a transparent background and download it. And then you would upload it to your cutting program. And then finally, page 5, this is if you're cutting by hand. Now, if you are cutting by hand, there's a couple of things you want to know. First, right now it only shows 2 frames, but you can, if you want to, select these 2, bring them up, and then you can copy one and rotate it horizontally, and that way you'll have a total of 3. All right, so what I'm going to do is go to page 1, and I'm going to start designing. All right, so just some quick design tips. First, I recommend that you duplicate the first page so you can always have the original and design on the duplicated second page. Next, when you add your background, make sure it goes below the red guideline layer. Also, make sure that extends edge to edge so the background design can cover the whole page and go beyond that red guide. Keep graphics and important fonts within the guide. The font names that I use, that's Pacific Northwest and one little font. Graphics, I'll be sure to link in the description. I'm going to select the red outline. I'm going to go to transparency and I'm going to bring that all the way down. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and download this page 2 template. I'm going to put YouTube so I remember which one this is. Share, download. PNG. I always like to download as a 1.625 because that'll give you 300 DPI. Okay, make sure you're only doing the current page. Again, I duplicated my first page because I didn't want to delete the red stripes. So I'm going to hit download. Okay, and while that's downloading, let's go ahead and show you how the mockups work. So I'm going to scroll down. Let me zoom out. Here it is. I'm just going to click and drag it in. And I'm going to show you how this works. So all you have to do is just drag it in and that'll give you your mock-up. Now, if you want to remove this, if you hit delete, it'll delete the whole bottom. So you don't want to do that. To remove this, what you want to do is right click and select detach image. Okay. And then let's go up to mockup 2. Now mockup 2 is slightly different because it has a perspective, like it's kind of skewed or warped, but we're going to do the same thing. So let me go to the uploads. I'm going to click and drag it in. And as you can see, it's kind of warped just slightly. It does show you a little bit more because it takes into account the entire size of this design. But keep in mind, this first mock-up is going to give you a more accurate portrayal of what it's going to look like. So you see how the honey is close to the edge. Same thing with the bee and the honey pot close to the edge. And then the second mock-up, we have that extra space only because the template had that extra space. All right. Okay, so next what we want to do is either create our cut file for our Cricut or Silhouette, or create our print sheet if we're cutting by hand. Now, if you're cutting by hand, what you want to do is add your design right here. And this is a letter size sheet. Now, right now it has 2 on this page, but you can fit a third one, so you can select it. Just move it up some. And then to get a third one, you'll just hit Control C and Control V to duplicate. And then you can just rotate 90 degrees, bring that down, and then you have your third one. So if you're cutting by hand, you want to use this one. Because I'll be using my cutting machine, I'm going to use this one right here. Because we're doing a cut file, we're going to drop it into this one, and we're going to download this. So I'm going to hit share, download. For the cut file, make sure you select transparent background. We're going to go to pages, make sure we do the current page only. And again, I like to bring this up to a 1.625 to give me that 300 DPI. Okay, I'm going to hit download. Okay, and once we do that, we're ready to take this into our cutting program, or we're ready to print and cut with scissors. So let's go ahead and head to Cricut. All right, with Design Space open, top right corner, click New Project, then left side, click Upload, and we're going to drag and drop our design in, hit Continue, Continue, select Flat Graphic. You can rename it if you want to, and hit Upload. It comes in larger than what we need it to, and it gives us a warning to let us know. So what we want to do is resize this. I know the aspects are locked so it can be proportional, but I like to type this in exactly the way I need it to. So for the width, I'm going to change this to 3.5749. And then for the height, I'm going to change this to 6.6754. Okay, we have a lot of digits in there, but this is just to make sure we have an accurate size. And I'm going to hit enter. And now I'm going to lock that. Okay, so this is the design. I'm going to make a copy. So I'm going to right click, select duplicate. And to make sure that I can fit both on the same page, when we're printing, I'm going to just rotate this. So I'm going to wait till I get to the corner until I get the left to right. And I'm going to rotate that 180 degrees. And I'm going to bring those close together. And I select both. And I'm going to just align it to the top. And then I'm going to right click both of them. And I'm going to attach them together. Okay, so once we have those together, I'm going to click Make. Save project. I'm not going to save it. I'm going to hit continue. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click send to printer. Okay, we want to make sure we select our printer. I'm going to change this to the 8500. Add bleed. I'm going to turn add bleed on. Use system dialog. I'm going to make sure that's selected. I'm going to hit print, and then my system dialog box is going to pop up. So again, I'm going to make sure I select my printer. I'm going to click on preferences. Okay, paper source, where are you putting your paper? I'm putting mine in the rear paper feeder. Document size is letter. Do not check borderless. Orientation is portrait. Paper type. Make sure you change this to photo paper glossy or HP photo if you have an HP printer. Color, I'm leaving that the same. Quality, you can set that to standard or high. All right, I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to go ahead and hit print. For material base, I like to select printable vinyl specialty. This is going to give you a kiss cut. So I'm going to select that pressure. I'm going to leave it at default, and I'm going to go ahead and load my mat. All right, this is what it looks like when it's printed. Make sure the arrow is pointing up when you're loading it. I've printed on our Party Printables vinyl, and I like to use a brayer to make sure it sticks to the mat. Okay, so I just pulled this out of the cutting machine. Again, this is for the 2-pack popcorn buckets that you can get from Dollar Tree. The labels are kiss cut, so all you have to do is peel it from the sheet. Because we had the bleed turned on, we don't have to worry about any white edges. Now, I found the easiest way is to line up the bottom first and then to push up to make sure you don't have any air bubbles. But that's it. It would be perfect for baby showers, birthday parties, weddings, so many ideas. So if you learned something new, let me know in the comments. Templates will be linked below. Be sure to like and follow for more. Later, y'all.